Emil, a final question.
And what was the second question?
Yes, now I will ask you the last question. That is, FIDE is, of course, the decision behind the entire candidates and the World Championship cycle. And right now, a lot of discussion is being done about Hikaru's qualification to the site, to the candidates through the rating spot and how he's doing it. What is your take on it?
Well, my take is, how do you say, hot take, right? So it's very simple. I think we could do our part better. We, being immersed in so many organizational regulative issues and so on, we somehow missed the notion of the loophole where the player would, from certain moment, basically qualify using the loophole. Maybe we thought better of our top players not doing that, and it didn't come naturally to our mind what will happen, because with the same way we should ask that now ourselves, and we're already asking, and we will be swift in our action. What if anyone decides just not for the same qualification, but just to play 50 games like that within a month against opposition which is, I don't know, 1,000 points lower and so on? Yes, I can acknowledge that we should have been more looking at it more scrupulously and to prevent such a loophole from happening. But does it justify? I don't agree with the notion, blame the rules, don't blame the players. For some reason, nobody or almost nobody was doing it, because, I mean, there let's say, legal side of it, and there are legal side of it, and there is a, let's say, moral side of it. They are two different things. So I don't imagine many players doing the same, let's say, in such a cynical way. But again, it's not forbidden, and it's not if it was poorly regulated by FIDE, okay, that created a loophole. You just have to realize that when you say FIDE, it's not like there is some monster with 1,000 eyes who can see and think about everything. So yes, small mistakes can happen like that. It's not like it allowed to some weak player to qualify. It allowed number 2 to qualify with using some loophole rather than using a proper tournaments for his games and to use his existing rating. Because what happens in a way that he's farming games, but on his way he's also farming the rating. It's indirect consequence, but it is a consequence, and that's what bugs me even more, because playing games like that and earning on the way, I don't know, 15 or 18 rating points, it's like beating Fabi or anyone 4-0 in a match. You need to do so. That's I mean that's the part which annoys me, because it feels unfair completely towards the players. It feels fair that number 2 is in candidates, even if through the loophole. But it feels unfair that on farming the number of games indirectly, it also leads to farming the rating points, and that's upsetting. But again, I can agree that we should have done better. But look, we were not closing all the loopholes, and we will learn our lesson. It's not the first time we are thinking of the top players much better than we should have. We should have just taken it from the legal point of view and not from the, let's say, okay, of course, nobody would do that. So probably we should be more strict. But the problem is that at the moment when you do more, say, strict things, they also impact those who were never supposed to do so. Let's say now we will restrict the possibility to score rating points versus much lower position. But it will also negatively impact some players who involuntarily get there. Let's say they play an open tournament and have to somehow prepare it. so they cannot even earn the 0.8 per game as they were. So it is not easy, and we give it constant thought, and I can just promise that we will not spare an effort on that. But the very fact that Hikaru would qualify to the candidates is very normal. But I still think that he could have farmed it in a tournament with a couple of grandmasters and few international masters, not necessarily with the 18 and 1900s playing.
Amazing. Well, Emil, thank you so much for joining us, for going through the games, talking about players, talents, about the history of Grand Swiss. I think it was truly educational and a lot of information and knowledge for our viewers. So thank you for joining us.
I want just one last comment, because FIDE does a lot to promote this Grand Swiss and even provide a free leeway for you to broadcast it, as you probably mentioned to your spectators, because we feel that the Indian audience deserves that, and it's a lot of going on. But we also want to see you on the official FIDE YouTube channel, which broadcasting the games. And if you enjoyed any of my commentary, you could see myself there also joining the stream. But that's not the main reason why you should visit. There is a lot of nice videos, nice interviews, and also during in-live broadcast commentary and interviews right after the game with the players, which is conducted by Charles. And we also hope to see Vishy there in the studio, not in the studio, online, to be as a guest of the studio. So do please come for the broadcast on YouTube,
Yes.
the YouTube channel. And as for ChessBase India, do continue doing a great job. I think it's great. I see the numbers in the broadcast, and I see interest for the public. So it means that Grand Swiss, even if the name is not as sound as World Cup, still attracts a lot of people, and it's great.
It is very exciting. And guys, if we have pinned the link in the chat, so